official 30th episode. Thank you so much for everyone's support so far, and to all you newbies out there joining us for the first time. I'm Ellie, and along with my partner Ben, we have been refitting our 38-foot sailboat for the past 2 years and documenting the whole thing. So why not subscribe and follow us as we make our dream floating home.
Welcome to another episode of Sailing on Punch. Back again on the boat. At the moment I'm spending a lot of time at home, kind of working behind the scenes, doing some electrical things and getting all that set up, because we're kind of getting to a point where I need to start running all the cables and the conduit before I can start tabbing all this structure to the hull. I'm going to kind of stop building stuff for now. Everything that I want is kind of in place. There's a couple of little bits and shelves and trimming to do that I might as well wait until a bit further down the line. However, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to completely take out the sofa again, and I'm going to do some repairs on this bulkhead here. As you can see, some holes have been put in here. I had to cut these out when the cables and stuff are run through there. We're going to do a much neater way of running the cables, so I'm going to patch these up. I have done one down here already, so I'm just going to do these 3 holes here, and then I'm going to look at least tabbing this bit of bulkhead. There's lots of gaps where the bulkhead is tabbed to the hull, so I'm going to redo all that as well. Well, it's not pretty, but I've got these blocks in and they are epoxied. I'm going to let that cure overnight, and then I can sand this down, give it a nice finish, and then tomorrow I can come in and glass this gas up there, glass that gap up.
It is a lovely warm day on the boat today, and as you'll be able to see over here, I've got my shorts on today. Now, as I looked upon my pasty pins, I got reminded that there's a job that I really need to crack on with, and that is the knees. Yeah? Pasty pins? Knee? Anyway. A while ago, took the knees off, completely rotted inside. I've got them here. As you can see, really gross, really delaminated and rotten and just no good. So I have picked up our new ones. Now, so this is 1-inch BS 1088 marine ply. This is the good stuff. In fact, all the plywood we have been using on the boat is 1088 marine ply. We just haven't got anything this thick, and I didn't really want to glue 2 bits together for this, because this is for structural, and even though it's perfectly fine to do that, I just wanted to make sure that it is done properly. Now I'm going to make these oversized. As you can see, I can fit quite a lot of room on here. Now obviously I'm extremely nervous about cutting into the marine ply, so before I do that, I've just got a little bit of 9mm here that I'm just going to do a little test cut onto first, because of the shapes of the hull and everything. I really want to make sure I get it right first time on the chunky stuff, so let's have a little go on here first. Okay, right, before we start, let's quickly first address this massive bruise on the side of my face. I've just been at a family weekend. My cousin took me and my brother shooting, clay pigeon shooting, and my cousin was very clear in his instructions about how I should be holding the gun against my face, and either I didn't listen or I accidentally loosened it a little bit and the gun kicked back and hit me in the face, and now I have a massive bruise. And luckily I had to go to my whole family with this big bruise, which was a great conversation starter. Yeah, very sore, very tender, but it's fine. We're here. We're going to carry on. In other news, I just had a chat with the next job that I'm doing, and that starts in 11 weeks. 11 weeks. 11 weeks. 11 weeks. Panic! now, and it's just giving me a little bit of a pang. Not panic, but it's made a bit of realisation as I look around and think I've got 11 weeks to sort this out, and that's not a lot of time at all considering what I want to get done. So I really need to stop dawdling and procrastinating and getting on with it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to crack on with these knees, get these in, and then I'm going to start. I can tab these bulkheads in as well on the sides. With the knees, I think I've said it before, but just so I've said it again. What I'm going to attempt to do today is on the starboard side one, I'm going to get it cut now. And then I'm going to offer that up, screw that into the laminate that's already there. And then I'm going to put just one strip of fiberglass across the top and down the sides just to keep that in place. Unscrew the laminate, cut that side out, and then again put a single strip in just to make sure that's locked in, and then I'll go over it with all the fiberglass mat and make it as secure and as thick as it is now. I've got a couple of hours before I want to call it a day and head home and do some of the electrics work. So I just need to crack on. Okay, so I've got 2 screws in now. I'm going to put a couple more in. I've put a sheet of cardboard in, just a really thin bit of cardboard in, just to bring it away from the laminate just by a couple of mil. Before, when the knee was on, the chain plate went just directly onto the wood, and what I want to do is wrap the wood with a couple of layers of fiberglass first. So I'm just going to pull it away just a little bit so I can still get that depth of the fiberglass without having to adjust where the chain plate comes through the deck. Okay, what I want to do with this glass is this horrible frayed edge. I've been cutting it with scissors, and every time I cut it, it just frays the edge off like this. So I've got a new tool. I've got a rotary cutter, which I'm going to try and do a nice line against a hard edge, and hopefully it'll cut through it enough to not fray the edges so much. I've never used one of these before, so it's a bit of trial and error. The straight line on that. As you can see now, both sides of the knee have got their initial tabs in place, which is good. Over to the side, it's good, looks really good, no bubbles. Really happy with both of these. Doesn't look like much for a day's work, but when you have to remove all the stuff that was there before, it does turn into a bit of a slog. But there we go, all done and dusted.
So it's off to South Coast Boat Show. Whilst we're refitting this boat, we're looking at so many different ways of how we can live a sustainable lifestyle, and we wanted to see what this show had to offer. So come with us as we have a little look around. We're not prepared. You've had to sit. Oh my god, we're really not prepared. Quick spritz whilst we sort out the camera equipment.
How do you like your new boat?
I love it so much. So good. Such light. That's how much light.
Yeah. So the chart table doesn't actually have much. There's no space for charts. It's very much like a little office space. A bit of privacy, please.
Sorry.
This is like something we could achieve.
Yeah?
So this is just all we have in there.
Mm-hmm. These hatches are like so big and like sleek.
Yeah.
You know, there's no sort of lip. I don't like the lip.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that it's just like sexy tinted glass windows. Think of the workouts we could do this. You and me together.
everything else.
Okay, so did you say 5K? Do you like that tone? 6K. Excellent. Okay, well you just really have that since our conversation. We have a winner.
That's what you said, so
Being at this boat show has not only introduced us to different ways of being more sustainable, along with design ideas from much newer boats, but it has also led us to consider other means of propulsion. Thanks for watching our official 30th episode. Click subscribe and join us in 2 weeks as something unexpected happens.